Bandidos, what's up? Your boy Tux here, and if you're grinding the Division 2 like I am, you know tinkering's the shortcut to max gear power, but only if you skip the outdated junk and grind efficiently to dodge hours lost on trash farms. Online's full of alt character mule hype as the top farm, but Ubisoft shut that down hard. New players are chasing ghosts with bad info, wasting time and mats on dead ends. We're fixing that right now. Today you're going to learn everything you need to know about the tinkering system, including the expertise system. You'll learn efficiency that halves your grind, how to avoid costly errors, and to spend your resources on power where it matters. That's the 2025 meta without mules. Stick around because this guide packs tested metrics, fresh tips, and exact expertise costs to max your builds. Let's jump in before you waste another hour on weak farms. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
First off, tinkering isn't some side gimmick. It's your all-in-one gear upgrade hub that replaced the old recalibration station back in Title Update 20. You'll find it at the base of operations or pop it open from your menu anywhere for quick access, which saves you trips and keeps your momentum going. It's your spot to tweak stats, max rolls, and stack expertise for real build muscle. Get this wrong and you're wasting serious hours of grind time. Get it right and you're running with the big dogs in no time. Tinkering breaks into library, recalibration, optimization, and expertise, each crucial. Start with building your library because without it, the rest won't matter. The library stores extracted attributes and talents from gear you deconstruct, letting you pull god rolls onto better pieces later. Here's how. Loot gear with high stats. Aim for heroic difficulty where drops hit 15 to 20% higher averages. Mark the gear you want to donate, head to tinkering, select the library, and extract. For attributes like crit chance or weapon damage, you can only store one per type, but it updates if you find a better roll. Talents work the same. Extract something like vigilance from a backpack, and it's yours to slap on any compatible piece. Note that perfect talents and perfect stats found on name gear cannot be added to the library. Pro tip. Farm countdown for bulk loot. You can pull 50 to 60 drops per session, filling your library in no time if you're efficient. Don't sleep on this. A full library means you're always one step from perfection. New players, resources are something you desperately need, and early junk deconstructs pad your reserves. So although blitzing through this is the goal, it's not ideal if you don't already have the key new player builds. My take, target core stats for starter builds before spreading thin. Lock these down to handle heroic control points, missions, countdown, even early legendaries. Just 3 essentials: assault rifle striker damage build for everyday, refactor skill build for legendaries, and a hotshot sniper for XP farming. Must-have talents: killer, in sync, vigilance, bloodsucker, headhunter, determined. Stats: weapon damage cores, skill tiers, armor cores, headshot damage, crit chance, and damage. Extract those first, deconstruct extras for recalibration and optimization fuel. If it's maxed, add it. If it's less than 75%, deconstruct it. It's not worth adding junk rolls. Recalibration is where you swap those library stats onto your keepers. Pick your gear, select tinkering, choose the slot, core, attribute, or talent, and replace it with something from your library. It's not free, it costs mats and credits. Not huge, but this adds up. Like steel and titanium for weapons, ceramics, and electronics for gear. You can only recalibrate one thing per piece, and it has to match types, like core to core or talent to talent. Limitations: most exotics can't have talents recalibrated, and named gear has fixed rolls sometimes. You can't recalibrate something that's already been optimized because optimization locks in those rolls tight. Recalibrating would erase the expensive progress anyway, so plan ahead. Quick tip: always recalibrate before optimizing because swapping resets progress and wastes resources. I've seen players burn through materials recalibrating last, costing them double the grind. Optimization takes it further by cranking your gear's stats to their absolute max, and it's a system in tinkering that's all about dumping materials to push attributes higher step by step. You can optimize multiple attributes on a single piece: cores, mods, everything that's eligible, but not anything that's been recalibrated, since recalibration locks that slot at the library value and skips it for optimization. Each upgrade ramps up the cost, starting heavy right away with rare mats like gear weaves, recon data, faction materials called tactical assessments, and SHD calibrations. This is a real hit to the old resource wallet if you're pushing to god roll, with weaves and faction assessments being the bottleneck even for the most veteran players. It's brutally expensive, chewing through resources that could fund multiple builds, but the payoff is huge for your most critical builds. Avoid over-optimizing trash. Only touch pieces with 2 good rolls already, saving 70% of your resources. Farming these mats smart is key. Hit control points and bounties for faction assessments at 20 to 30 per hour on heroic. Pro tip, chain summit floors on heroic for field recon data. Vets swear by repeating floor 10, snagging 3 to 4 data per 2 to 3 minute loop if you optimize your build, scaling to 100 in 45 to 50 minutes with directives off for max speed. It's all community tested, and while control points pull 4 per heroic clear, Summit's no reset loop edges it for raw volume, and player metrics still clock it as 20% quicker for smashing through those map bottlenecks. Another pro tip, hit countdown for SHD calibration by popping those black crates mid-run. Vets report snagging 5 to 10 per full clear if you nail the extraction, clocking 20 to 30 per hour easy when chaining sessions. It's not huge for field recon data, that's Summit or CP turf, but the combo of great gear and cal makes it a dual threat farm. Cool if you're expertise grinding too, as metrics show 50% faster mat gains than solo bounties. Another pro tip, nail those daily and weekly projects for steady SHD calibration hits. Dailies cough up 1 each, weeklies 3 to 5. Slam 20 plus if you're doing these on all 4 characters, and they often toss in exotic components as a bonus. It's low effort farming at its best. It's also how to keep your watch fed passive style while you chase bigger hunts. Expertise is a totally separate beast in tinkering, your long game progression that levels up specific items like weapons or brands for permanent bonuses, independent of optimization, but stacking nicely if you chase both. Each expertise level adds 1% to core stats, weapon damage for guns, armor for gear, and a particular utility depending on the skills, up to level 30 as of July 2025 updates. That's a massive 30% boost per piece, like adding a full red core to your weapon at level 15 alone. You need to increase your expertise rank. You do this by gaining proficiency on your gear. There are 10 levels of proficiency for any gear item. Your goal is to get everything to max level 10. This means you are proficient with that item. The more items you are proficient with, the higher your expertise. Level proficiency by simply equipping the item and racking kills. For the first 15 levels of expertise or so, donating junk gear in Tinkering's expertise tab will be a major contribution. You will also research proficiency by donating materials to earn levels. The most efficient resource to donate is printer filament, which is also rare. So we use our watch scavenging points to acquire it. This way you can blast through 10 ranks with 3,000 filament in just a few minutes. Prioritize your favorite and most used stuff like your ARs and exotic weapons. Fresh tip, start with weapons for that quick 12% damage pop, then hit skills like turrets or drones and save armor last. Focus where it hurts enemies most. 12% expertise is an important number for new players because it's an easy number to get to just by playing the game and donating junk. No extra work needed. And equipping 12 expertise ranks to your weapon won't require exotic components, which you won't have many of. Now, on leveling a weapon from expertise 0 to 30 via donations, brace for the mat sink. You'll need around 2,200 receiver components total, plus 770 steel and 1,300 titanium. And here is where it gets brutal. 204 field recon data, 90 SHD calibrations, and 90 exotic components. Exotic scale from 1 per level early on to 8 by 30. That's why vets hoard during expertise events for up to 5 times scavenging points. It's a way to slash costs, making the 30% weapon damage spike feel earned without endless burnout. Pro tip, expertise is the ultimate endgame system and the last thing a new player should be worrying about. Once you have your resources in a good place and your key builds are fitted with the right stats and optimized, then you can look at growing your expertise ranks to 12. Once you get there, add 12 levels to a limited few favorite, highly used, and key weapons and skills. I have an updated in-depth guide on how to max your expertise system efficiently, so check that out when you're ready. Here's where the grind gets real. If you're serious about maxing tinkering, you got to hit the crafting bench to craft those optimization mats when drops dry up. But it's at a premium cost that hurts your stockpile. Swing by the bench, whip up bundles of faction assessments, field recon data, even SHD calibration using basics like steel, ceramics, or polycarb. SHD cal bundles are the killer. Chewing 500 mats easy. That's why vets still find themselves in an endless grind. That's where scavenging points on your SHD watch become a big deal. Post level 1000, every SHD level dumps points straight into scavenging, letting you straight up buy mats like filament, field data, or SHD cal without the activity grind. This part is really only if you're deep in endgame. New agents focus on hitting 1000 first for that passive flow. Pro tip, once your watch is 1000 SHD, crank your world to heroic. Slap on all 5 directives for that 125% XP boost, and chain open world activities like public executions, territory controls, or elite patrols in the East Mall. Fast travel between sinkhole and crash site to loop non-stop, smashing 20 to 30 SHD levels per hour solo with an optimized build. This racks up 67 scavenging points in about 3 hours 20 minutes. Then swap them for 3000 printer filament at the tripled 45 per point rate, beating Countdown 6-hour grind by 2x, spiking your tinkering grind in a big way. Another pro tip, to unlock blueprints for crafting faction assessments, you gotta grind control points tied to specific factions. It's not a guaranteed drop, but each successful heroic capture rewards a random blueprint, and the tactical assessment bundle blueprint for that faction is in the pool. It's RNG heavy, so expect to reset and repeat, potentially unlocking in 4 to 14 runs per blueprint based on luck. To truly succeed at tinkering and push your gear forward, you need both resource farming and XP farming firing on all cylinders, because resources fuel the optimizes and recalibration libraries, so the scavenging points you earn on your SHD watch doesn't have to. Field recon, control points on heroic drops 4 each, but scavenging points let you convert at 1 to 6 for field recon data. SHD cal comes from projects or watch buys. Daily projects give 1, weeklies 3 to 5, but scavenging points let you convert at 1 to 3 for cal, so max your watch for that edge. Stack directives for 125% more XP, and you can farm 150 in an hour by resetting the map over and over. Heroic open world with 5 directives pump 20 to 24 SHD levels per hour, up to 7 levels per control point when combining an XP boost event. 100 levels in an hour? Sure. Convert those scavenger points to printer filament for mega proficiency gains. Something to think about. Without balancing XP and resource farming, you're bottlenecked. Pure XP leaves you mat poor and spending valuable scavenger points on basic materials, while only farming resources keeps you from the most efficient route to max expertise, which is printer filament. Listen up, because this part is new. Zoom in on priority objectives and projects, because they're your dual threat for mats, XP, and exotics that keep the tinkering wheel spinning. Priority objectives let you pick from 3 randomized tasks, like clear a stronghold or open world activity, no limit on completes, so farm them endlessly. I just did some testing on using priority objectives for exotic and XP farming. Watch this video to learn how to get 11 exotics per hour. Now you know tinkering's got layers, library fills, recalibration swaps, optimization dumps, expertise climbs, but if you look closer, you will see the fastest path to maxing it all. Straight XP farming, hands down, is the way, fueling 70% of your bottlenecks. See, when your watch is past 1000 SHD, you want to crank up the XP, because every time you level up, you get those scavenging points that let you buy printer filament, field recon data, even SHD calibrations outright. This is the way. So there you have it, Bandidos. Tinkered, mastered. Now it's up to you. Your boy Tux out.
Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm TUXEDO Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code TUXEDO Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?